Some things will always remain the same. A rainbow always follows the rain. Good will always overcome bad. Right will replace every wrong. Sure, it will always seem hard at first to overcome the rough times we've had. Focus on the future instead. Move on from weakness to strong. Take the first steps. That's what we've got to do.
The night is humid. The fires have been allowed to die down. The only sounds that breaks the silence are the lisping frogs. But that is not to last, because the ever-vigilant dogs sense that something dread is about to happen and set up a barrage of excited barking. But it is too late. The entire village is overpowered, captured, and the strongest and the youngest are put into chains and forced marched through the night to the beach, where offshore lies the ship that will take them across the infamous Middle Passage into the States.
Sailing over the water.
I heard voices crying in the deep.
We were sailing.
These voices I hear will never speak. They are the voices of the slaves whose souls ride the waves of the deep, deep Middle Passage.
No greater crime against
Oh
humanity.
Lord, can you tell me why my people have to die, clinging to their faith?
Greater
Can be your
than
love
no one,
or your hate?
the man who
And will these souls ever sleep in the torrents
writing
of the
in
deep,
the pages
deep
of black history,
the Middle Passage?
taking 60 million people across the sea. Look away, look away, look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away, look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away, look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away, look away from the sky. sky, man. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky. Oh, black man, glory to thy name. Oh, black man, glory to thy name.
Hallelujah.
Oh, black man,
Glory to you. Glory to you. Glory to you. Glory to your name.
take the first steps. That's what we've got to do. Take the first steps. One foot in front of the other. Take the first steps. That's what we've got to do. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky. I wanna tell you the story of the woman, the very, very powerful woman, who every time you think you have dispensed her to the dustbin, he comes back every time. Such a lot of glory to the woman. Glory!
Storytelling and song have traditionally played an important part in black culture, and our performance tonight follows in the footsteps of the old oral tradition. The story that we tell explores the experiences of a special generation of black people, a generation who, born in Britain, find themselves bridging two or more cultures: British culture and the cultures into which their parents and ancestors were born. Most of us successfully bridge that gap most of the time, but some of us find at some time in our lives that we are not bridging the gap at all, but falling into it. And then we feel lost.
I am lost in the wilderness. Can't find my way back home. I am lost in the wilderness. All hope of peace is I reach out to my motherland, mother. redemption song. Till darkness reached out to claim me, and all of my hope was gone. Now I am so weary, and I just can't take no more. I try but cannot remember what it is I am fighting for. I am lost in the wilderness. Ooh, can't find my way. I can't get back home. I am lost in the wilderness. Oh, land, I have no.
Everybody needs a sense of belonging, and the struggle to establish a sense of self and identity is not unique to black people born in Britain. It's something that everyone goes through as they grow up, and it's rarely an easy process. But imagine what that process might be like if you are born into a society which tells you every day and in so many ways that you don't belong. That because of your skin color, you will always be seen and treated as a stranger. Imagine growing up in a society in which your people are often stereotyped as underachievers, pimps, prostitutes, drug dealers, and muggers. A society in which the images of beauty and success rarely include people who look like you. A society which denies the rich and cultural heritage of your ancestral homeland and portrays it as uncivilized, third world, a land of savages, war, and starvation. So, if you're born black in Britain, how do you feel? Angry? Resigned? Determined to rise to the challenge? What do you do? Do you take the path of least resistance and live down to society's expectations of you? Or do you fight to discover and celebrate who you truly are and where you really come from?
Take a man from his land, take him to another land, and watch him grow into something he could never be. No.
Take a woman with her man, take them to another place in time, separate them from their history. What a tragedy. Oh,
Oh, black man, glory to thy name. Oh, black man, glory to thy name. Oh, black man, glory to thy name. Oh, black woman, do the same. Take a man from his land, take him to another land, and watch him grow into something he could never be. No, 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 no. Take a woman
in time. Separate them from the history. What a tragedy. Oh, black man, glory to thy name. Glory, glory. Oh, black man, glory to thy name. Oh, black man, glory to thy name. What about us, oh, black woman, to you the same. Oh, to you the same. To you, just the same. The same.
Take a man from his land, take him to another land, and watch him grow into something he would never be. No, 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 never be.
Take a woman with her man, take them to another place in time. Separate them from their history. What a tragedy. Oh, 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 black man, glory to thy name. Sing that. Oh, black man,
Such a lot of
glory to thy name.
hallelujah sing.
Oh, black man,
Controversy.
glory to thy name. What about us, oh, black woman, to you, to
Imagine that. Glory to the black man. What has the black race done to deserve that? We have survived, and that alone is worth celebrating. Because in spite of centuries of slavery and the systematic destruction of our culture, the black race has survived. It's so important that we remember the past, not so that we can live in a bygone age or so that we can apportion blame, but so that we can make sense of how we come to be where, who, and how we are. It's important that we remember the past so that we can acknowledge the debt we owe to those who came before us, our parents' parents, and our forebears who endured the unendurable so that we could see this day. Indeed, we say, O black man, glory to thy name, and black woman, to you the same. In looking back and remembering, let us look beyond the web of economic exploitation that still ensnares Africa. Let us look beyond the pain and humiliation of invasion and colonization. Let us even look beyond the trauma of over 60 million Africans being taken from their homeland and enslaved. What lies beyond all that? Beyond all that is a celebration of the wealth of culture that was Africa before the trauma began. Beyond all that lies the beauty and wisdom of ancient tradition. In looking back and remembering, let us celebrate the magnificence of the great African empires, such as the empires of Kush, Mali, and Songhai. In looking back and remembering, let us celebrate the simple efficiency of traditional village life, presided over by village chiefs and elders. let us look back and celebrate our people's ability to create societies which were able to live in harmony with land and nature. Societies based not on the I, but on the we. We are the link between the past and the future. And in reclaiming the ancient wisdom of traditional ways, we can find guidance and inspiration as we step forward to meet the future.
Some things will always remain. A rainbow always follows the rain. Good will always overcome bad. Right will replace every wrong. It will always seem hard at first to overcome the rough times we've had. Focus on the future instead. Move on out, for we must be strong. Take the first steps, that's what we've got to do. Take the first steps, one foot in front of the other. Take the first steps, that's what we've got to do. Say ain't gonna get you nowhere. Keep the faith which brought us so far. Make your mind, show who you are. Take the first steps. Good, my love. That's what we've got to do. That's what we gotta do. First steps. One foot in front of the other. Take the first steps. That's what we've got to do. We wanna say thank you. Thank you for coming our show. We hope you That's
So, how do we take those first steps? What do we need to look to the future? We often talk of black people and the black community as if we were a homogeneous whole, as if we were all the same and had all had the same experiences. But of course we haven't. No two people's experiences or views will ever be exactly the same. But what we do have as black people in Britain is common ground, some common experiences. And this is where music and song have so often played an important role in black people's lives. From the chants of the hunters and warriors on the plains of Africa to the chants of the slaves and the chain gangs in the American South. From the heartfelt hymns offered up in black churches to the songs of the marchers in the civil rights movement, song has long been used to unite our people and to strengthen their resolve in the face of hardship or adversity. The Yoruba people of West Africa have a word that captures the true spirit of togetherness. Ajomashi. It means, let us do it together. Ajomashi.
Ajomashi.
So we find our common ground. Then perhaps there can be room for the different voices and perspectives to be heard. But can we live with that? Can we ourselves tolerate diversity? Can we work alongside brothers and sisters who see the world differently from the way I see it, or you see it, or he sees it? Is there room for the different views to be heard?
What do you mean, what? Did you just see
Did you see what that person just did there?
What's going on with me so far?
It's terrible.
Who wants to live in Britain? It rains here all the time. Who wants to live in Britain?
Me.
We're being blacks a crime. Just to stand beside a white woman who's waiting for a bus. You can find yourself picked up, arrested, and charged with sauce. Who wants to live in Britain? scratch cards and lottery on the side. Where the haves hold on to what they got and tax yours off of you. To make Washington plays they expensive war games, no one wins. Who wants to live in Britain?
Do you?
Who wants to live in Britain?
You do.
Where there is not much hope. Maybe just a little bit. And after all state schooling,
Dick Shepherd.
you still turn out a dope. So it is a fact.
What's that?
Some of my friends still crack to earn €1 or €2 so they can live in England like you, like you.
Who wants to live in Britain?
You do.
This land where you were born. The toil of our forefathers. This wealth was built upon. Remember? Take now to listen to the words we speak. Hear me when I say I won't be leaving Britain. No way. I'm here to stay. Okay. Who wants to live in Britain?
I'm staying here, man.
I'll protect
I'm
us.
staying here.
I'll hang in here. I'll protect us.
Different ideas, different voices, that's natural. There's no reason why we should all think the same way. But in the face of such diversity, it helps if we can remember our common ground. After all, when it comes down to it, our shared experience, whether we choose to ignore it or we choose to dwell on it, is that all black people in Britain know what it's like to be a minority.
I am a minority in the land of hostility, where they speak of democracy over biscuits and cups of tea. To get here we paid no fare. On the spaceships they brought me here. Political intimidation. Political intimidation. We have to war till we war no more. We have to fight till we get it right. We have to war till we war no more. We have to fight till we get it right. And war till we war no more. The time to stand up has come to tear down Babylon. Where they speak of democracy between book size and cups of tea. We must use education so we build one great nation. So the next generation, they won't have aggravation. We must fight till we get it right. Fight till we want no more. We must fight till we get it right. Make war till we want no more. We must fight till we get it right. Make war till we want no more. We must fight till we get it right. Make war till we want no more. We must fight till we get it right. Fight till we want no more. Fight till we get it right. Fight till we want no more.
I don't usually fight on like this. I'm fighting,
Okay, so we're up for the fight. If we want a better world, we have to fight for it. But to fight effectively, it helps to be clear in our own minds about what we're fighting for and what it is we are fighting. This is not a war against people. It's a war against oppression, racism, and ignorance. And it's a war against the ideas and systems that support them. That war can only start when we begin to educate ourselves and our children about who we really are and where we come from. When we know the truth of who we really are, then we don't have to get dragged down by how others see us. When we know who we are, then we can choose our own path and not be diverted. Then, no matter what other people think they see when they look at us, we need not get drawn in, because we will know the truth of who we are and what we are about.
Him is only a man with a uniform on who drives in a car with a horn that goes. Don't you worry about him. He's only a man with a uniform on who drives in a car with a horn that goes. Don't be frightened by him. He's only a man with a uniform on who drives in a car with a horn. So what? That goes. Don't be frightened by him. He's only a man with a uniform on who drives in a car with a horn that goes. If he hassles you, then hassle him back. But stay on the track with the fast jack, with the man and the car and the horn that goes. If he hassles you, then Drives in a car with a horn that goes.
Don't you worry about him. He's only a man with a uniform on. Who drives in a car with a horn.
Don't be frightened because his color is white. That don't make him right, because he drives in a car with a little buggy that goes.
Don't be frightened because his color is white. That don't make him right, because he drives in a car with a horn that goes. CS gas, you spray your face. If that don't work, you use his mess already. Don't have no baton.
What you say?
CS gas, you spray your face. If that don't work, you use his mess already. Don't have no baton.
In your face, you use this trash on your head. Yeah. What you say?
CS, you spray in your face. If that don't work, you use this face already. Don't have no baton.
My
CS, you spray in your face. If that don't work, you use this face already. Don't have no baton.
very sorry.
You swear your face. If that don't work, you use this face already. Don't have no baton.
What you say?
CS got to swear your face. If that don't work, you use this face already. Don't have no baton.
On your head, hey.
CS got to swear your face. If that don't work, you use this face already. Don't have no baton. CS got to spray your face. If that don't work, you use this face already. Don't have no baton.
When we know who we are, we have a sense of where we belong in the scheme of things. And then it's much easier to cope with life's ups and downs and to cope with losses. And loss is a part of life for everyone. Perhaps loss comes through bereavement, through losing someone we love and lamenting our loss, even as we give thanks and celebrate the time that we've shared with them.
In my Father's house, there are many mansions. If it was not so, why would I then have told you?
take your handkerchief and wipe them from your mouth. You used to like to hear me speak tender words while we were making love, and now it's a track. I remember when, Lord knows, I remember when. Do you remember? I remember when, oh how, I remember when. Do you remember? I remember when. How can I forget? It's not in my memory. Deep in my memory. And that we would be together till the end of time. But that was long ago, and now things have changed from what they were before, and now I'm called a boy. I remember when, Lord knows, I remember when. Do you remember? I remember when, oh how, I remember when. Do you remember? I remember when. How can I forget? It's not in my memory. So deep in my memory. So deep in my memory. So far in my memory. Forever, but now you choose to forget.
The memory of what has been lost is still with us and continues to echo down through the generations. The poet, Chief Wallace Williams, is one of the few to give it voice.
I remember the first step. Yes, Majo and Baba lifting me up as I came out of the dark womb into the brightness of Africa.
Mama offered me to the east, the west, the north, the south. Here, she said, is my African child, as I opened my mouth and cried.
I remember the first steps. It was my naming ceremony. They were breaking cola nuts, making me taste alligator pepper, to show me that sometimes life can be hard.
They make me drink groundnut oil to teach me to toil. They make me taste salt and drink water for purity. Gave me honey to let me know that life could be so sweet.
I remember the first steps. As I walked upon the red earth, I played and touched nature's things. What joy these memories would bring.
I remember the first step as I was snatched screaming and taken onto this strange monster called a white man's ship.
I remember the beatings
because I could not stop my lips from shouting for my home and family, for anyone, uncle, auntie, to save me.
I remember my first steps in another native man's country, so different and alien to my own dear Africa.
I remember the first steps into the cotton fields of Georgia and the sugarcane fields of Jamaica, Barbados, and Cuba, and the cocoa fields of Trinidad. Reminds me of the freedom that I once had.
I remember the first step as I heard the master coming to rape me. I remember the bawling as I lost my virginity. I remember the first steps of the slave master's baby. Then
I remembered my first steps and the joy that was me in Africa.
The memory is painful, but cannot be ignored. The voices of the millions who lost life and homeland through the inhumanity and barbarity of the slave trade must be heard.
Down to
The loss can never be repaired, but we can remember. Remembering helps us to acknowledge the loss. Remembering helps us to grieve. Remembering helps our wounds to heal. Remembering helps us to move on. To move on and to celebrate and to rejoice in life and survival. Loss does strange things to people sometimes. Sometimes when a person can't deal with any more loss, they retreat into a place of dreams, a place which feels safe and reassuring, but that place isn't real.
There's a man with his eye in the sky. Do you know why this man walks around with his eye in the sky?
Tell us.
I can tell you why. He's a pie in the sky man. Pie in the sky man.
There's a man with his eye in the sky. Do you know? Why this man walks around with his eye in the sky? Eye in the sky. I can tell you why. He's the pie in the sky man. Pie in the sky man. He lives in the poor part of town. In a house that is always tumbling down. No escape to be found for the pie in the sky man. Pie in the sky man. Oh.
He's the man that builds his house upon the sand. The man that plays the bass drum in the band. And is always chasing rainbows, hoping that he'll find a pot of gold. Find some gold. Find some gold. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky.
There's a man with his eye in the sky. Do you know? Why this man walks around with his eye in the sky? Eye in the sky. I want to tell you why. He's a pie in the sky man. Let me talk.
Pie in the sky man.
With no job,
No work.
signs on the door where he stays for so long till he finally
Loses his soul.
loses his soul. Then he catches a fool for pie in the sky man. Let me talk.
Pie in the sky man. Mostly, almost always, the man is black. Always black. On the housing list, they're stalking my got the worst of education. Thinks his job discrimination. Tell you right now. Look away, look away. Look away from the sky, man. Look away, look away. There's a man with his eye in the sky. Now you know what a man walks around. His
We all have our share of troubles, and how heartwarming it can be when things are getting on top of us, just to hear a friendly, reassuring voice encouraging and supporting us and telling us that we're okay.
When things are going wrong, just hang in there, kiss yourself and sing a song. Hang in there. Hold on with all your might. Everything will turn out right if you just hang in there.
That's one thing that we can do so easily for each other. Extend a word of comfort or a helping hand. Another thing that we can do is to take time to celebrate each other. We can look around us and see the people we love and admire and let them know how much they mean to us.
Your smile, your lovely smile, right inside my name, causes me to say, I love you, Lucy, Lucy. I love you. You're my heart. Really, really love you. And I want you to know, causes me to really say.
It's amazing, isn't it? That in spite of all that the black race has been through, we are still known for our love of life. And what typifies that more than masquerade and carnival? Carnival is about feeling the power of music throbbing in your veins and knowing what it's like to feel high on love and life.
want an island boy for this island girl to share my island world. I want an island boy. Ooh.
Here I am. I'm your island man. On my island, oh. Do you want to take me home? Ooh,
I want an island boy for this island girl to share my island world. I want an island boy. Ooh, when I think about those lazy days, I used to lie around and spend my days lying on a beach of clear white sand with an island body in my hand. I've got to have an island boy, or I will lose my mind. I need an island love. There is no other time.
Carnival is one time of the year when people unite. A time when communities work together to celebrate life, and we need more, much more of that.
The voice of unity among black people in this country. I wanna know, where is the voice of unity among black people in this country? Help me. So my talk is
You should hear them.
Summer talk.
Run up their mouths.
Summer them a talking.
It's nothing but a whole lot of crap.
See how they run down them mouths. See how we dirty up them mouths.
Why do they run up their mouths so much?
See how we run down them mouths.
Black people.
See how we dirty up them mouths.
You gotta so many, many, many people. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. But is there any unity? Is there any unity? Help me, where is the voice of unity among black people in this country? Well, I wanna know where is the voice of unity among black people here in England. Tell them.
Summer talk.
I don't wanna hear it.
Summer talk. That's
Oh no.
some of them are talking.
It's nothing but crap.
See how it runs down them mouths.
Black people.
See how we dirty up them mouths.
UNITY.
See how we run down them
Why are they killing each other?
See
Why?
how we dirty up them mouths.
Shooting, killing one another, yeah.
We seek unity.
Brothers killing brothers, yeah. You're leaving young mothers, yeah.
Unity.
Fatherless children, yeah. Now tell me why.
Unity.
Tell them what we want it for, yeah. Tell them what we need today. We need unity. Shooting my brothers, shooting my brothers, killing my baby, shooting young men, yeah. You gotta unite tonight. You gotta unite. We need unity, 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 unity.
We need a sense of unity so that we can move on, so that we can help each other to make the most of the opportunities that life offers us here in Britain. We need to remember that though history has divided us, we still all came from the same place.
Oh, black man, glory to thy name, 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 to thy name.
Unity, as our ancestors could have told us, is about knowing and respecting who I am, knowing and respecting who you are, and knowing and respecting how that I and that you fit together in the we. For real.
Big culture. Tell you about it. Big culture.
I must do I must do, what I must do. I must do what I must do, 'cause I am I. 'Cause I am I. Well, well, well. 'Cause I am I. What I'm saying again. 'Cause I am I. Yes, I am. We must do what we must do. We must do what we must do. We must do what we must do. 'Cause we are we. We are we. We are we. We are we. 'Cause we are we. We are we. We are we. We are we. Are we? We are we, we are we, we are we. 'Cause we are we. We are we, we are we, we are we. We must say where we have to go. We must go where we have to go. We must go where we have to go. We must go where, 'cause we are we. We are we. 'Cause we are we. We are we. 'Cause we are we. We are we. We are we. We must say. Yeah, we say. We have to say. Yeah. We must say what we have to say. We must say what we have to say. 'Cause we are we. 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 Sing the song. Put your hands together. Come on. We are we. We are we. We are we. Put your hands together. Come on. We are we. We are we. We are we. Let me hear you say. We are we. We are we. We are we. Let me hear you. We are we. 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 We are we.
I am I, and we are we. It seems so simple, and perhaps it is. Ours is a very special generation. We don't have to be lost. We can, and so often we do, bridge the cultural gap. We are the link between the past and the future, between the West and the South. We are the link between different world perspectives. Ours is a special place in the world. When we've got so far, when we've reached out and grasped the uniqueness of our place in the world, then things can change.
Welcome to us, 'cause anything we want, welcome to us.
Shorty got